everyone, I'm Lil and welcome back to Lils Takes, the podcast, where today we are going to talk about how long me and Steph have been friends and the key to having a long friendship. Well, if we can give you that, it might just be a bunch of random anecdotes that I decide to talk about.
I think it probably will be.
So if you haven't guessed already, this here is Stephanie. She has been my best friend and my longest friend, well, for as long as I can remember, really. I think
never had any other best friends.
No, you know how people go through best friends and you're like, oh my God, how do you do that? We have been this one person for each other.
Since
Made for each other.
Reception?
Since literally reception.
4 years old?
We went to preschool together.
We did.
Preschool, primary school, secondary school, sixth form, all the way through, didn't we, together? Well, we're a love story, if you will. We're an origin story. But yeah, so I wanted to talk today about how me and Steph have been friends for this long. Even though I don't think there's not much to it. There's not much that I think we actually do, like consciously. I must do this to keep our friendship ripe and alive. I don't think we do anything like that. It's just little things that I notice that I think, you know what?
That's people don't do.
Yeah.
And that's why they're not friends.
That's why we get along so well and that's why it works. And me and Steph have also done a lot together. We've done
a lot together.
Through our life. Well, to be fair, most of the things we did together. So we did like all our after school activities clubs and stuff together. Like that. We did dancing, we did cheer together. So we're going to talk a little bit about that as well. But I have still got like confessions and dilemmas and things like that we're going to cover as well. Some ones that I'd like to get your take on. A couple of juicy ones, maybe.
Exciting.
That I think, because me and Steph, first point, actually, we do have different opinions on some things.
Yeah.
Not like crazy, not political things that would tear the world apart. No, we do have like a difference we give fresh perspectives on things, I think. Especially when it comes to when we're growing up, men.
Very different
We have
opinion.
very different types in men.
We do.
And boyfriends growing up, very different.
Very different.
So different.
That was always good though, especially when we were older and we were going out and we'd be out uptown.
Yeah.
And then Lily'd be
Hitting the clubs.
Lily'd be like, that guy over there, Steph. And I'd be like, no.
Like, are you actually serious?
No, Lily.
Yeah.
Or you'd like be round the corner with the guy, like kissing this guy. And be like,
that makes it sound
Lily,
so dodgy.
That's disgusting.
Every time she went round the corner with men, I just looked at. But it didn't mean we never fall out about boys.
Never fell out about
ever,
boys.
because if I ever went out with someone, Steph would be like, "That's gross," and keep that to yourself.
I like him, but no,
it wouldn't be for me, but he's for you, and that's all right. Yeah, we have always had different tastes. I used to, I fancied. I'm going to out myself here. I used to fancy Johnny from Friday Night Dinner.
You did.
Has anyone ever seen Friday Night Dinner?
You had a proper obsession with him.
I don't know what it is. It was the hair that shook around, and he had a big nose.
And also the guy from Horrible Histories.
Oh my God, Matt.
What's his? I don't know what his last
name. Matt
name.
Bainton.
Yeah.
Matt Bainton, if you're watching, I still think you're fit. I wouldn't leave my boyfriend for you, but especially when you did Dick Turpin in that little costume with the hair. Wow, that really rocked my world. When I was 14, I was obsessed with Horrible Histories.
Yeah, we both were, to be fair.
Yeah, well, I do history
now
as well, so worked out well, didn't it? But yeah, so my type was like boyish men, whereas you were so different to me. So when we started getting boyfriends, like, I was going to say when we started getting boyfriends in like secondary school and sixth form, we were pimping it back in primary. If we remember rightly.
We were the cool girls.
We so
school,
were.
Weren't we?
Actually, I think you were. And then and I just sort of tagged along.
I think that was just because I was so tall.
Yeah. You were.
And
Steph's always been.
Always
Not so much
been.
now, because we've sort of like evened out in height. You're only a little bit taller than me.
Yeah.
But when we were younger, Steph's always been really tall.
And like on school photos, I was always in the middle.
Yeah.
I was always taller than the boys, weren't I?
Yeah. So I think everyone's sort of like, oh my God, Stephanie is God because she's so tall. Like you were older as well.
I was one of the, because I was born in September.
Yeah. So you're like one of the oldest.
I was always picked for like captains and stuff and like these leadership roles all the time.
Yeah.
And that was just because I was tall. I don't think it was me.
But you do have like a leadery sort of vibe as well, because you do, well, Steph's training to be a primary school teacher now.
Yeah.
So that like taking control sort of, and I didn't. I was a sidekick. I was very much like, I liked I liked just sort of running along your side and doing what you did. Steph started cheering. I was like, oh, I think maybe I'll do cheer then, because Steph does it and she likes it, so I must do
first,
it.
Though.
Oh, I did do dance first.
And then I came along and I was very heavy-footed. And I was like, I don't think ballet's for me. I was like plodding along the stage.
Yeah, we had a bit of a dream team. How long did you dance for, though? A good few
years. A couple of years.
Yeah, and then I joined cheer with you, and we did that from when... I joined when I was 9.
Yeah, I think. I started probably about a year before you.
Maybe it was younger than that. Because we got booted up to seniors when we were 9, and you weren't meant to be in until you were 11. But because Steph was quite tall, she was already a really good base. So you could throw people because you were taller than people your age, and because I was so tiny, I was a waif. I don't actually think I ate. I was like scrawnily skinny. It was not a look for anyone, but I was so light that I was a flyer. So when I was 9, they were like, you and Steph, you go into seniors and we'll chuck Lil and Steph can chuck you. So it'll work out perfectly.
I think because we trusted each other so much.
Yeah,
like when we played, anybody who does cheer played chicken in a hen house.
Yeah.
You just used to chuck yourself at me.
Yeah.
Because the trust was there. Yeah. And you were like, I know you're going to catch me, so I just throw myself at you.
Yeah.
And I'm like this.
Yeah, she's coming. But we used to, so chicken in the house, you have to separate. So the base will separate from the fly and you like run in circles, and then the music will stop. It's a bit like musical statues. And you run towards each other to find your base. And I used to launch myself about like 5 feet before Steph was even near me. I'd chuck myself at her. And she'd always catch me, to be fair. And there was quite a few times when we did cheer and I'd fall from a stunt from like quite a height. And the only person that wouldn't move out the way was Steph, because Steph would catch me every time. Do you remember that time we were training in no, I was going to say it, but I'm not going to say it. We were training and I almost fell on my head.
Yeah.
I fell backwards.
Was scary.
It was so scary, and I fell backwards because someone grabbed onto me. I think I don't know if I tried to pull them up, and my head was literally this close from the floor. And Steph came up from nowhere like an angel.
Was I?
Yeah, I think you were my back base, my saving grace, and just caught me. And I was like, I just saw God.
There was a white light,
and she looked like Steph. But yeah, that was scary. There was a few times that happened.
Yeah.
Because Steph was always there to catch me, bless you.
Yeah.
But that's the way it worked, I think. We did have that trust with each other.
Definitely.
But we'd known each other so long by that point anyway. Right. Let me get into these.
I'm a bit nervous.
Oh, yeah.
What people have been saying.
Don't be nervous. Some people send me in some things I'm like, oh, don't tell me that. Maybe tell the police.
Really?
Maybe tell the police or your therapist first, and then come to me. Because I'm going to discuss it with a lot of people. Are you sure you want that?
Everybody is going to see this.
And I'm not that secretive. Maybe I'll slip up and say your name by no. Everything's anonymous, guys. If you send me anything, it won't get out. Apart from all my friends here, I've told them all. Joking. We don't discuss names here. So, let's just... I was going to say a lighthearted. It's not that lighthearted.
Oh.
I'm going to go for it anyway. I ran over the family... No, joking, we won't do that one. That's not very lighthearted.
Oh, you can't do that. You've got to tell us.
I don't know if we've done it in one already. I ran over the family cat by mistake and I didn't tell anyone.
Oh.
Can you imagine that? Actually, this brings me on to a bit of a story. Last night, I was driving. It was dead dark, pitch black. And you know how that saying is a rabbit in headlights? Well, I was driving down this country one track. Liam was driving actually, but I was sat in the passenger seat like this. And a rabbit came running out in front of the road and literally stopped directly in front of the car and just stared at us. And I was like, oh my God, it's like a rabbit in headlights. And we're like, oh, that's exactly what that means. But this rabbit, I thought, making myself out sound a bit thick here. But as soon as you start driving again, it's going to notice the car and it's going to start running. Didn't notice.
Maybe it had a death wish.
Didn't notice.
I am not moving.
I thought, well, I'm not going to be the end to you. So we just went really slow and it started running just directly down the road in front of the car. So we're chasing a rabbit basically down this road. Please go in the bush, please run away. Anyway, it did after about 5 minutes approximately of like chasing this rabbit. It finally ran the bush. We're like, how thick is that rabbit? Why did it not just...
He probably thought it was hilarious.
But
come on, car, come on.
By the time it got to where we like stopped the car, I mean, it went in the bush. It must have been so disorientated. It has no idea which bush it's in.
Yeah, because
I've come so far from home.
Yeah.
It was only a baby as well. It was like a little rabbit.
Probably got lost from its mom.
Yeah. Anyway, I got a bit mislaid there. But I think even if I didn't know the cat, personally, if we weren't mates, I'd be heartbroken if I hit a cat.
Yeah.
Have you ever hit
Anybody's
anything in
cat.
your car?
No, my sister has.
Oh, has she?
On New Year's Eve.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Not
and
on
I
New
genuinely
Year's
thought
Eve.
she'd killed somebody by a
Bringing
reaction.
in the new year.
But I think it might have been a bird. But no, I haven't actually.
No,
I was
I've
close. I was close to a pigeon once. But the
You're-
Fiat stopped.
Do you remember when we almost hit those pheasants on the way to Alton Towers?
Was that in my car?
Yeah, you
that
were
might
driving.
Have been it. That was
that
it.
We're going to Alton Towers and I don't know, we're in the middle of Derbyshire, so there's pheasants everywhere, obviously, just roaming around. And pheasants are huge. If you've never seen a pheasant, they're like fat chickens.
Yeah.
They're massive, but they can fly. So there's 3 pheasants like waltzing around the road, and it's just round the bend. So we went round a corner, but bear in mind, we're 4 man deep in a Fiat 500. It's heavy.
It is heavy.
She's almost scraping the ground as it is. If we went over a speed bump, I don't think we'd make it. Do you remember? We were going up all the hills, we were all leaning forwards.
Yeah, I was like, guys, you're going to have to lean forward on the hill. She's not going to get up.
Had to lean forwards up all the hills. Anyway, you went round this corner and we were like, oh my God, this pheasants. Steph swerves into like just round these pheasants and we were like, oh my God, we almost just died.
that was it.
'Cause
I knew it was a bird.
I think if we'd have hit those pheasants, it'd have done more damage to the car than it would
Yeah,
have
you
done.
wouldn't have got to Alton Towers.
No,
You
we
wouldn't
wouldn't.
trip over.
We wouldn't have
Wouldn't
made
got
it.
to Alton Towers.
No, we would have flipped the Fiat. But we lived. Lived to tell the tale. Anyway, another one someone sent me. So this is a girl that texted me this. And she said it was a story about how she went on a night out and someone asked her to take a photo of them. And she says, a lad gave me his phone in the club. So I added myself on his Snapchat and I handed his phone back. And he said, that's brilliant, but can you take a picture of me and the lads? I realised what happened. I took the phone and then I took the picture and I wanted to curl up in a corner and die.
So she thought the guy was handing the phone to add her Snapchat.
Yeah.
Oh,
She thought he was like hitting on her and be like,
Yeah.
shut your Snapchat on there, duck.
That's
but
not
surely,
what it
like,
knows.
did he not pass her the phone with the camera on? Because that's like,
Yeah.
that's like picture etiquette. Like,
And if he's always passed
the
it and then got
camera.
straight in with the boys, like, surely
Did
he'd
she
be
not
like,
read the signs?
I don't know if
maybe
you read
she thought
that
his mates were his hype man.
wrong. Yeah, maybe.
Get it, good.
Get it? Look at this.
Just stood there like waiting for
This is what you're getting yourself into. All of us.
their approval. But yeah,
Oh, yeah. I'd be the same.
yeah.
I'd feel really embarrassed and want to, like,
Curl up in a ball and die.
Yeah.
I'd have gone
Yeah.
back on Snapchat and removed myself
Yeah.
so that
Just
there was
pass
no
it-
trace.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'll take you another one. That one wasn't very good.
Yeah.
Pass
I'd
it back.
probably done that,
Yeah.
I think.
Or just delete his app. Delete his account. That's
Move
another one.
yourself. Move away. Move away, girl. That's the only option. No, you'll be fine. Just never. It's a joke now, though. It's funny.
Yeah.
We look back and we laugh, don't
You
we?
can tell all your friends
And
about
that's how we
it.
learn. You never do that again, they will, yeah. I was going to say, we're not, when we started going out, I don't think we were the type of people we weren't there for the men, were we?
No.
In the clubs.
We were just there for a good time.
We were there for the ABBA, mostly, I
Yeah.
think, ABBA.
Well,
mainly for
because
the
when
music.
we turned 18, we were just coming out of COVID, weren't we?
Yeah, we were in full lockdown for my 18th birthday.
Yeah, so because the period when we went into lockdown and then we came out for a bit
Yeah, and then we
was
went
when
back
I
in.
turned 18.
Yeah.
And then we went back in for your birthday.
Yeah.
So we were probably nearly 19 before we started going out,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah. And there was
Yeah.
one club
One
The
club that
one
was open, that
dodgy
was
club.
local.
in our little village and we hit it up every weekend. But yeah, we went a few times, but we were never the people that were like, we're going on the pool tonight. No, that wasn't the aim.
No.
We're those people, you know how people say when they go on holiday, like girls don't want to get their hair wet and they just want to sit at the side of the pool and look pretty. We want to play mermaids.
Yeah.
Mermaids,
We
goggles.
used to play this game where I said, right, I'm going to give you a character and you've got to dance like that character. When I was
Yeah,
like,
we
right,
did.
you've got to pretend that you're like a 6-year-old boy at a birthday party.
Yeah.
We're doing knee slides across the floor.
We were embarrassing.
I feel like we should have some reenactments.
Oh,
Yeah, go on, Lily.
I wish I could, but the cameras don't zoom out that far, so I'll just have to keep that till next time.
Or like, and you're
Move
a
the chairs out.
40-year-old woman that's just been divorced. We were like,
Yeah, you're a 40-year-old woman, you've just been divorced, this is your first night out, you're away from your husband, you've just had a bottle of wine, go.
we used to do
We'd
that
be like,
all
yeah,
the time.
I can do that. I forgot about that, actually.
Yeah.
Or we used to do the one where you're a mum at a wedding. They
go
were
for
the
it.
best ones. Just the two-stepping with the clicks. So if you ever saw me and Steph in a club when we were 19, no, you didn't. That wasn't me.
Yeah, no.
That was a 40-year-old woman who's just been newly divorced.
We didn't like even go for like the drinking or anything.
No.
We weren't big drinkers, were we?
No, we've never been big drinkers, to be honest.
No.
Even when we used to go to house parties and stuff, which we barely got invited to because we weren't that cool.
We weren't that cool.
You know how earlier we were saying we ruled primary school because we were dead cool and we had loads.
It completely changed when we got to
I think I had about
secondary.
3 boyfriends at primary school at one time. I was like, come here.
Wherever you kiss your love. Wherever you touch your love.
Wherever you touch your love. Oh, God. You know, looking back, actually, I'm not surprised we didn't find any other friends while we were there. We just had to stick together.
Yeah, we did.
But when it got to secondary school, me and Steph had a culture shock.
We did. Because we were like top of the food chain at primary, weren't we?
I hate to toot my
And
own
we got
horn.
to secondary and we were like,
Weird, so weird.
So we're actually not cool.
No, they're actually quite odd. And there's and that was it after that. I think that's why we stuck together quite a lot as well, because we didn't make many other friends.
No, we were the friends that we were friends with everybody.
Yeah, we stuck together always, but made friends with loads of different friendship groups. We didn't have because we had a bit of a set friendship group in primary school for the first 2 years, and there was always sort of 3 of us, but one of us never stuck, and we always ended up just back to the 2 of us. But when it got to secondary school, we've always jumped between friendship groups, but always stayed together.
Yeah.
But since we've been about maybe 16, 15, we've had a pretty solid group of friends.
Yeah.
And because I suppose we've spent most of our life living in the same area and doing exactly the same thing, so going to school together, going to sixth form together, it was different when I moved, because obviously I moved away. I moved to Sheffield and Steph stayed. So you stayed in Derby and I moved to Sheffield, and that was the longest we'd ever the most we'd ever been apart.
We've never been the friends. We weren't internet friends.
No, we never
used to text each other, call each other ever.
No, we just see each other
every single day.
Yeah, and
school.
that is different when you move from, if you're that type of friend and then you move. Obviously, I moved away. It's hard to speak with each other because you're not used to texting. Me and Steph don't text.
We just don't have a text.
We just see each other. But to be fair, even during COVID, we went on walks and stuff, didn't we? And
we
did our socially distanced dog walks.
What was that YouTube thing that we did?
Oh my God, we did Chloe Ting.
That's
every night.
Chloe Ting every night. We used to FaceTime each other.
Oh, we got proper into Chloe Ting.
We did.
Actually, it was a bit of a cult situation, I think.
So we followed the 30-day programme to get summer bods.
Yeah, it was
did
the abs and bum one. By the end of this stuff, we're going to be absolutely shredded. We were not, I don't think.
No.
We came out looking fairly similar to what we began, apart from every night. Because I went up and did it in my room, and every night Mum was like, can you not jump as hard this time? You keep on making lights go out. I was like, I've got to, Mum, when I'm doing my jumping jacks.
Yeah.
And we took
it really seriously,
we did.
didn't we?
Like, you doing Chloe
We
Ting
even
tonight?
properly got changed.
Yeah.
And shorts were on.
Yeah.
Sweaty t-shirt on.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And my audio would always go out, so I couldn't hear anything you were saying, but we'd be dead into it doing.
Yeah, we had to mute each other because we couldn't, the sound.
It got all messed up. We couldn't mess with that. But then we started doing the dance ones. Do you remember when we did Disney themed ones when we'd finished all the Chloe Ting? They were great. You know, if you're too nervous to go to the gym.
High School Musical one.
There's a woman on YouTube that does dance exercise. This sounds so sad. It's doing dance exercise YouTube videos for to Disney songs, to High School Musical
and it's all
songs,
free.
And it's free. And
It's
we
great.
lap that up every night in lockdown.
We love
that's
a freebie, don't we?
That's how that's how I kept my lockdown bod.
We always straight to the sale rail. Every
Yeah,
time we go
we
shopping.
did. Me and Steph also do this great thing. If you go shopping with your friends often, I recommend this. So what you do is you go and you try and find the ugliest outfit you can find.
Yeah.
Whether it's for yourself or for your friend, I recommend for your friend. And then you give it to them and they have to put it on. So you have to go into the changing rooms and then give you a full, serious catwalk.
Model catwalk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the ugliest things you can find. Whatever doesn't go together, the biggest... Also, you can't pick the right size.
No, it's got to be too big.
No, got to be too big. Got to be
too
massive.
big top and too small trousers.
Of course, too small trousers is always the best. Especially when people try to do the splits of them and then split them.
Yeah.
That wasn't us, but that did happen one time.
It did happen. Yeah, it did rope, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Straight down the middle.
We
Anyway.
took it quite light-hearted to begin with. We'll just do a top and t-shirt. And then after a few times, hat, scarf, gloves, shoes, socks.
We did get proper
Everything.
into it. Blazers. We went the full shebang.
Yeah.
And then the people like, you'd come out and they'd be like, any of that all right for you?
We'd be like,
no,
no.
none of it. Thank you though. I had a great time. It's all shocking. But yeah, we did that at every shop. I forgot about that. or we'd go up to something with all seriousness and have to go, that's lovely that. And it's the ugliest thing you've ever seen and just see what your friends say.
Did you that?
That'd be lovely for you. But like, look, completely deadpan look on your face. I love that. I think that colour really suits your hair. And just see what they
You'd
look
get
like.
like a bright yellow dress and you're like,
Yeah.
suits your hair that.
Steph would never wear yellow. Wherever we went, Steph's like, I can't wear yellow because it
wear
clashes
yellow.
with my hair. So, yeah, I always used to wear orange. Like, I could never wear that. But one thing we did do, so before, well, not before us, but obviously before we met, you'd never been on a plane
No.
until you went with me. Where did we go? We went to Spain.
Yeah, we
didn't
went to Spain first.
So Steph's first time on a plane was with me. See, now we've got irreversible memories. So you can never get rid of me because it'd just be too painful to look back at your childhood without me.
Yeah.
So she can never leave. But yeah, you did your first time on a plane with me. And then we went to Mallorca the year after that, went on holiday, didn't
Yeah.
we?
Been to Rome.
Yeah, we went to
together.
Rome together. I forgot about that. That was very historical. And
Yeah.
do you remember where we stayed? In the 5-star accommodation. It was a
wasn't 5
caravan.
stars. It was a caravan in a woods.
It was a caravan in the woods in Rome. My mum, you know, we said we love a bargain. Queen of a bargain.
Yeah, so your
Queen
mum is.
of holiday shopping.
Your
Brilliant.
mum is bargain holiday hunter.
She is.
isn't
She's
she?
fabulous at it as well. I do say most of the time. Rome may be an exception because we did end up in a caravan in a Euro camp. 15 minutes away from Rome, actually, and we had
Was
to get the
nowhere
train
near
in.
Rome. Didn't we actually get a bus, then a train, then like a tram,
Yeah.
and then another train?
Yeah, it was quite far away from Rome, actually. I don't know. The deal must have been fabulous because
For us to have agreed to it.
we really. But to be fair, do you remember we used to do because we were so far away from Rome, we couldn't go into Rome every day. I think we went twice, and the rest of the days we spent in the camp.
Yeah.
And the camp, it sounds like we're like roughing it with campfires
No, it was
and stuff.
actually quite a nice
It was
site,
like a big
wasn't it?
resort, so I had big pools and stuff. And we used to go on all the kids slides and stuff. There's all these children running, we're like, move out of my way.
It was my go.
And we used to do aquafit in the pool with all the well,
The
we had to,
older ladies.
yeah, we did. Damiano, the guy was called that ran it. Do you remember? Okay, ladies. Everyone
your
get those
knees
legs
up,
up. And me and Steph at the back, everyone else is 80.
We'd proper go for it though.
Yeah,
Like all
we
the
would.
old ladies are just.
Yeah.
We were like, come on.
Proper working it. You can't have Chloe Ting in Rome. So we had to make do. But yeah, we
And
did.
then that was when you left your phone in the toilet.
I did. I
And
left
we
my
got
brand new
halfway
iPhone.
back to the place we were staying.
Yeah,
And you just went, I've left my phone in the toilet.
I did.
It was still there though.
You know what? I
It was
went back
still
and it
there.
was still there on the side of the toilet. My brand new phone that my mum tried to convince me
Yeah.
not to take as well. She's like, don't take it because you'll lose it. And I was like, I won't, Louise. What do you even mean? I won't lose it. I did. I lost it 3 days in. But I went back and it was there. So, you know what? Worked out in the end, didn't it? Another thing, when we were younger, Steph, we had an unfortunate incident at my 8th birthday party.
Oh yeah.
So I had a joint 8th birthday party with my squeeze at the time.
Which one?
Yeah, you were together.
Anyway, that's
It
back in the
it
day.
was a proper romance.
It was. I think we were together when we were 5.
Did you have a wedding at school?
No, I don't think we did have
Did
a
you
wedding at
not?
school.
Do
you ever
Everyone
used to
had
get
wedding
married?
I
at
was always
school.
the priest.
Yeah, Steph was. Every time I got married, Steph
Yeah,
was.
I was never the bride.
And then you had a
That's-
lookout on the playground, like,
Yeah.
quick, the teachers are coming, stuff.
Yeah.
Everyone act
We
natural.
did. We had like a shelter and it had a bit of a stage in it, and that was where we got married.
The auditorium.
I got married every week. Oh, well.
You were, to be fair,
Come on.
always getting married.
I was. Steph was my priest. And then there was someone behind us using that latch as like pretending they were at McDonald's. So like, do you want a milkshake? Like, we're playing weddings. Can you go away?
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm playing McDonald's. Well, fair enough. I've got off topic. But yeah, my 8th birthday party, we rented out this hall and all the girls were playing Ring a Roses, right? And these 2 lads were doing wheelbarrows, you know, where someone holds your legs and you walk on your hands. These 2 lads were doing wheelbarrows, right? And they ran into the back of Steph.
Yeah,
while
because we fell on the floor, didn't we?
and we all fell down onto the floor because they hit us with so much force. And Steph stood up and she went, I think I've lost my tooth. And she looked at me and she'd knocked her front tooth out and snapped it in half. And I was bawling my eyes out. I was crying so hard. I was like,
I wasn't even crying.
Steph was fine.
I was just like, what?
Yeah.
And you were like, Steph, you've not got a tooth.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like the worst thing that happened. I took
you
it.
You were like unconsolably crying as well.
Yeah,
I do remember that.
I was crying so hard and I went and cried in the corner next to my bouncy castle. I was like, I can't believe she's lost her teeth. I don't know what I'm going to do. I was so... Because it was like, it wasn't like your baby teeth as well, like full on adult tooth. Front tooth that she'd snapped in half. And
I'm still having treatment.
And to this day, she's still having treatment.
I'm going tomorrow, actually.
Yeah, you're going
to
tomorrow.
Have it done.
Yeah, so Steph's got a fake tooth, but you wouldn't know.
No.
And it was at my 8th
I'm conscious
birthday
now.
You can't even tell.
You wasn't know until Lily's just outed her on the podcast.
Sorry about that. But yeah, that was a major turning point. Yeah. I cried more than Steph did.
You did.
And I tried looking for your tooth on the ground as well. I didn't find it.
Yeah. I think the cleaner must have hoovered it up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I feel like we do need to talk about?
What?
Is how we did video stars.
No, if I could get them up. If I could pull up our video stars, I'm not even embarrassed.
This is where all this has come from.
I'm not even... Yeah, I think this is where my love for being in front of a camera began. Me and Steph used to... when we say video stars, you're thinking, oh, when you were 7, 8?
No. We were like 15.
No, we were 15. 15, 16 years old, making video stars in my room to Lils Takes. That was one of our best ones.
It is, yeah. It is good, actually. We used to just take all of your clothes out of your wardrobe.
Yeah.
And just wear hats and
we wrapped scarves around our head.
And
yeah. We put on them massive like can skirts, do you remember? And did one in them.
Yeah.
You're thinking like, oh, that's...
We took it really seriously.
We did, but we were 15 and this is embarrassing, but that was the age. And they were hilarious. We used to show them in sixth form. That's how... No, yeah, we showed them in sixth form, but we'd done them
we were definitely
a few years before. We'd done them in secondary school. Cause I remember we had our school uniform on, but we remembered in sixth form we used to get them out and be like, guys, did you see our video
They
star?
weren't like 30 seconds, they were like 3 minutes.
We did the full song. We committed to it. Fully
took a whole afternoon, didn't it?
It did. But it kept us quiet for hours. My mum would be like, what are you doing up there? Quiet, Louise. And then we go outside. We go outside and film a bit outside.
Yeah.
And like, did stuff.
We would sit editing.
Yeah.
Coloured backgrounds.
I'd sit there for hours putting all the different effects on it.
Yeah. We took it really serious.
Yeah. Honestly, I wish I could show them to you because they are fabulous. If we could fit them in, I would. I've got them still saved.
On my thing. I feel like we need to watch them again.
Lils Takes. We even, you're going to laugh at this, we did proper heartfelt ones that were like...
We did... What was those teddy bears that we did?
Oh my God. You know those bears that fold in half and they look like berries and then you open them out and it's a bear and they smell dead nice. We used them as a prop for our... but it was a really
like... a full-on love story.
It was a love story, like tearjerker song. And me and Steph were like, just give me a reason, Justin. But we'd choreograph it and we'd have like dance sections, really intense. And that's why I'm here today, because the love of the camera never left me, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's it.
And it carried on into present day. Maybe that's where it all began, actually.
Must be.
That's a very good point. But we did do dance and we did do cheer and we competed, didn't we?
Yeah.
So I suppose my love for the crowd. I loved it when the audience screamed my name. They never did, obviously, because they don't know who you are. But what really got me, tearjerker. Do you remember once we were competing at cheer and our music cut out?
Oh, yeah.
So you were on a competition mat in big arenas as well. Like we did the Copper Box Arena in London and Birmingham Arena and stuff like that. And we went down to Bournemouth and competed there. And big arenas, like full of people watching you. And these judges are scary.
They are,
scary judges. And halfway through our routine, our whole music cut out. And when that happens, you're meant to just like carry on.
It's not like, oh, you'll stop and you can redo it. You just got to carry on.
You've got to just carry on. So you can lose where you are and stuff. And the whole arena around us started counting for our music. Going 1, 3. And I was like, oh God.
Yeah.
They love me.
It's a bit emotional.
They love me. They don't want me to stop.
And at the end, we literally just all cried.
Yeah, we did.
We were like, I can't believe we've just done it.
It was very emotional.
It was really early on as well. It wasn't like towards the end.
It wasn't. We were like 12, 13, I think. And there was another time. The amount of times we came off the mats crying, I cried quite a bit.
All the time. I was always crying.
I got elbowed in the nose and started crying, but dancing at the same time.
Yes.
That was at Birmingham, I think. So
You nearly fell on the mat.
I was basing a stunt, and she came down elbow first from the skies, from the heavens above. I just saw this elbow coming towards my face, elbowed me straight in the nose, and I hit the mat, hit the deck.
You did.
Because it hurt me so bad, but you can't stop in that situation. You can't leave the mats because you get points deducted.
Yeah.
So I started dancing, and in the dance we had to do this move that looks like a pineapple. We all called it the pineapple, and you go like this. And I'm crying, and there's a video. My mum zoomed in on me, and I'm like this.
Your mum? Oh, look, she's getting emotional.
Look at her go. She's loving it.
Crying.
And I was full on, like, holding my nose. My eyes are streaming. I was like, and I
remember
ran.
that.
And every time we finished, like, a routine, I'd run to Steph, and I was like, Steph, I got hit in the face. Steph carried me off the mat.
Yeah.
Oh my God, do you remember the in-house competition?
I was just about to say that. So we used to always do duets together, didn't we?
Yeah.
Just the two of us. And then you were like, Steph, I really want to try doing one on my own as a solo. And I was like, yeah, go for it. Like, I'll be in the front.
Listen.
I was cheering you on. And then you just stopped, didn't you? You just stood still in the middle of the mat, like.
I still have nightmares about this. I don't see.
And you just ran. And I was like,
God, I know what you're gonna say.
In front of like 50 people.
Yeah.
And you just ran straight into a wall.
I did.
Like, it was like you forgot where you were.
Yeah.
And you just literally
blacked out.
smack into the wall.
I did.
And I just stood up and just ran over to you.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is going on? And I like carried you.
Steph carried me off in front of everyone.
And everyone was like, what's going on?
No,
What's going on?
It was a whole thing.
But
I was in the middle of this routine that I hadn't planned for properly. I shouldn't have done it. My mum was like, I think you need to do a solo this year. And I thought, yeah. I shouldn't have done it. I wasn't ready. And I stood there on the mat. I got halfway through and my mind went blank and I couldn't remember what came next. And I panicked in that moment. I was like, well, I've got to leave. I've got to go off. And I've never had stage fright before. It's not a thing. I talk to you like it's nothing. Do you know what I mean? But it's not something that I've ever really had. And it just came over me. I was like, I need to leave. I need to get off. I need to leave. So I just ran in any direction. And I ran head first into a wall in front of the whole like place of people. And everyone just went, ooh. And
it just went silent.
It went silent. And the only person that moved was Steph. Steph ran to me and picked me up and took me straight off.
Yeah.
And I don't remember like blanking out. I remember running. I don't remember hitting the wall and I don't remember getting off to the side. I just remember you putting me down and I'd be like, oh my God, what just happened?
And you just face planted the wall in front of everybody.
And everyone was in there and I was like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. This is death. Death is the only option from here. And I also, when I tried out for cheer, I must have been a very nervous girl when I think about it. Yeah. I tried out for cheer and to get into Storm and I cried because they were like, do some facial expressions, can you smile at me? And I thought, no, I can't bloody smile at you. I don't know how. I forgot how to smile in that moment and I didn't want to embarrass myself and I just burst into tears. So I was doing a routine crying on my own with a room full of people. And then I went out. Yeah, no, it was, when I think about it, I cried quite a bit. That's how we differ. I was very emotional. I cried a lot. But I feel like this was meant to be a podcast about how we sort of managed being friends, like, and it did turn into anecdotes. Yeah, I called it before we even began. Yeah. But we do, and even though we've moved away from each other now, there's still like, I don't think there's never a friendship that I'll have that will be the same as me and you. Look at me, discussion over here. But it's true, there won't be, and I think because we do different opinions on some things, we are different people. We have different. Yeah, not completely different interests because we are quite similar in some ways as well. But we have those different tastes and different outlooks on life and different paths we're going to take as well. Like Steph's going to be a teacher. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm probably just going to look at a camera for until it fails me. But we have we still make time for each other and we do come together and it sort of makes us work a little bit better because
because we don't clash. It can go months with. Yeah. We might not speak to each other for like 2 months. Yeah. But then like when we do meet each other, it's like exactly no time has passed. Yeah, exactly. We just pick up where we left off. Yeah. And I think that's all.
And then you've got so much more to talk about. Each other. Yeah, exactly. When you leave like different lives as well, you get so much more to talk about. On the train on the way here, they're filling us in on gossip I've not heard. Yeah. I don't even know these people. I were invested. And I'm the same. Like I've got stories to tell now that like we can fill each other's days with conversation. Yeah. So I think don't forget about your friends. You know, if you move away, you don't have to make new ones. You kind of like if you've got best friends and you're worried about that
I think
closeness
to begin with,
changing.
I was quite worried that when you do move away, because I still nothing changed for me.
Yeah.
I was still at home, still living with my mum and dad, and I was like, oh, like what am I going to do?
Yeah.
And it was fine.
Yeah.
Like, I made new friends, you made new friends.
It's not the end of everything.
Now we're all friends with each other.
Yeah, exactly. You're only going to gain from this.
Yeah.
There's nothing you're going to lose if you're always going to be friends, do you know what I mean? Oh, look at us. Cute and gorgeous. Anyway.
Got a little bit deep there.
It did. I might cry. Thank you. Thank you guys for watching. And thank you, Steph, for coming on.
Thank you.
And you guys for spending the day with me. So if you do want to send any questions in, any confessions or dilemmas, it's all anonymous. Send it to the email lilstakespod@gmail.com. Drop them in there and it'll be anonymous. Obviously, I won't recount your email and find you on Facebook. I might. No. Or you can send me a DM if that's easier, or a voice note, whatever you fancy. And if you have any suggestions for me, what you want me to talk about or what guests you want me to have on, also let me know as well. So thank you guys, and I will see you next week. Bye.